What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the Golden Child, and we're finally back with another video. You see a super different environment because I finally got my own apartment. Lots of stuff I can fill you guys in on if people care to know. But you guys see the title of this video, so you know what I'm going to talk about. Also, to preface, I'm not really someone that cares for like pity and all that. Like, I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. Like, my premise for making this video is I know someone else has gone through a similar thing to this, and I can empower them somehow, make them feel like they aren't alone, make people who haven't ever gone through this be aware that it's something that can happen, and signs to look out for, things to look out for. Also, holding people accountable. Holding people accountable is very important, especially holding men accountable, because I know that I'm probably not the first person who he did this to. I know plenty of guys do this. This is an issue, and it's not an issue that people talk about enough, like what exactly happened. So I'm gonna do that because I talk about things that people should know about. So without further ado, this was a friend of mine. We were like distant friends, hadn't talked for a couple of years. We spoke at some point, and then I realized that we lived in the same town, like minutes from each other actually. So me and this distant friend started hanging out a little bit more and stuff. Maybe like the second or third time we hung out, one thing led to another, adult stuff. Before I get into like a lot of detail, I know some people like are maybe prudes or like don't like hearing all sorts of description and whatnot. Feel free to exit the video because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So, we were kissing and everything, and I verbally, verbatim, asked him to get a condom, and he did. But when things like initiated and all of that, like I was facing away from him, back facing him, I didn't hear him like rip open a condom or like hear him put it on, anything like that. But I trusted that he did because I asked him to get one, so common sense. Um, Things started happening. It began and all that. I tried not to think too much of it because this is, a friend who I trust. I've known them for a little bit, you know. But I kept having in the back of my head that like I didn't hear him put it on. I asked him afterwards, and he admitted that like he didn't put it on, and like obviously I asked him why, because again I verbatim asked him to go and get one, so obviously that would mean for him to put it on. So in me addressing it to him, he kind of just admitted that like he didn't, and his reasoning was like, quote unquote, he wanted to see how it felt. He really didn't see the severity of the issue. Like, he didn't really get the problem. I had never had something like that happen to me before, so I kind of just asked him to leave so I could process the situation. After he left, like I called a friend and talked to her about it, and that's when like I understood the volume of it, like the severity of the issue, and I just like started crying. For anyone that like maybe doesn't get it or something, he put his own wants first, and because he wanted to see how it felt, he decided to initiate sex with me without using a condom when I specifically asked him to. And that's a problem for a multitude of reasons, of course, for anyone who's not aware, like obviously pregnancy, STDs, etc., etc. Like, there's plenty of reasons to just use protection, like be responsible and all that. And my wishes weren't respected, unfortunately. I'm perfectly fine, you guys. I had, like, since this happened in the summer, I had gotten tested, all of that good stuff. But it's not even about all that. Like, he said, he tried to, like, reassure me too, like, oh, like, he didn't have anything, he's fine, all of that. But it's not even about all of that. Like, my wishes weren't respected, and it's like, it's my body. It was my decision. Like, if two people like don't wanna like use condoms and all that, that's their business. But I made it my business to make sure that he did, like ask him to. It's a really emotionally troubling thing when your body isn't respected, specifically in a sexual sense, because that's such like a sensitive thing. And in post, just dealing with the whole thing, I attempted to go to the police about it, like handling it as a sexual assault, because it was. and the police they weren't really helpful. Like, they just told me there wasn't much that they could do about it because, like, it was, like, technically consensual sex. I didn't consent to, like, not using a condom, but the police just weren't really helpful due to the technicalities of the situation. And with that, something I thought about to myself is, okay, maybe I can't have him apprehended per se, but I can talk about this and let other people, especially models who may come across him, know, because this is a photographer who I worked with. So, something I told myself, I'm like, even if the police can't really help me or get involved, I'm going to speak my piece and talk about the situation because that's just what I felt like doing. So yeah, needless to say, like, we're not friends anymore or anything like that. I made him well aware of the situation, how I felt, all of that. Like, I can even, I'm gonna even insert text and all of that just for you guys to really get it, because I can talk about it, but seeing the back and forth helps as well. And I'll definitely be informing to some degree about who this is so that no one else deals with him and has a similar fate. Hi guys, I'm doing this voiceover now after having finished the whole video, and I was going to wait until the first to post this video, but I realized the disrespect has gone on for too long and it needs to be handled within this year. These are screenshots, well, you guys can read me telling him that I'd like for him to get tested as soon as possible because, you know, the lack of peace of mind I had, it was his fault. And his thing, as you can see, was trying to tell me that he wanted to wait until he could see his primary care physician rather than go to a clinic, as if this isn't an urgent matter, as if this wasn't a situation that he created, as you guys can see. So, something I forgot to mention in my speaking on everything in the actual video is that I asked him to go and get tested. To this day, he had never sent me any results. And that's why I'm like, it doesn't matter what time I finish this video, it has to go up because I let the disrespect go on for so long. Like, I wasn't, like, I just wanted him to get tested. I wasn't even thinking about going to the police or anything yet. I was concerned about my body and making sure I was good. And to this day, this happened in June. To this day, he never sent me any results. And when I looked back on these screenshots, I felt lots of anger, and I should have definitely addressed all this a lot sooner because it's not right. And these screenshots are also in case anyone tries to, like, discredit me, say anything isn't true, like anything of that nature. These screenshots are clear as day. I'm the blue, Leslie's the gray. So I wanted to make sure that I'm adding necessary information for you guys to really get it. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully my future videos will be a lot more uplifting, happy, better topics, more positive topics. But thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you can become one of my golden stars, and peace out.